and welcome to this midday market mood check with me, Nandita Khimka, and my colleague Yatin Mota here. And Yatin, looks like the markets have been gripped by midweek blues, given the fact that we did manage to come closer to that 18,400 level at one point.
Yeah.
But we've given up all those gains, and in fact, Nifty is now down in the red, even below that 18,350 mark. Even the Sensex has slipped below that 62,000 mark. What's not doing well today is the entire metal pack after a 6% rally over the last 2-3 sessions. It has come under a fair bit of selling pressure. But what's holding out is the pharma pack, FMCG pack, and realty pack. These three indices are clocking in smart gains, even though the market is a little weakish. But if you look at the broader end of the markets, the mid cap index is holding out firmly, 0.3% gains coming in there. And even the breadth wasn't it was in favor of gainers when I last checked. So let's talk about some of the nifty gainers. It's the pharma pack, which, as I mentioned, Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy's, Apollo Hospitals, top three gainers on the Nifty. Aside of that, you have HDFC Life and Power Grid. On the flip side, you have Adani Group of stocks. These stocks have come under pressure after a few sessions of very good rally coming in, and so Adani Ports was one of the top Nifty losers today. Divi's Lab, after gaining for two straight sessions on the back of good guidance from management, but today it has come under selling pressure. You have Hindalco ahead of its earnings in the red. Tata Motors and IndusInd are some of the other losers. When you talk about the individual movers, Sun Pharma is among the top gainers. Even though Taro has reported a weakish set of numbers on a YY basis, if you look at the margins on a quarter-on-quarter basis, has seen a very strong uptick. On the back of that, the stock is among the top Nifty gainers. But Sun Pharma itself will be reporting its numbers on the 30th of May, so we'll be watching out for that. Hindalco, as I was mentioning, will be reporting its earnings today. Profit expected to decline 60% on a YY basis. Revenues expected to decline 2.5%. I'm talking about the standalone business. On a YY basis, even the margins are expected to halve for Hindalco. So that stock is under pressure. Aside of that, we had a block deal at the start of the trade today. Mahindra CIE stock is up 8%. We saw 3.2% equity exchange hands, which was worth somewhere around 560 crore rupees. And M&M is likely to be, is the likely seller. CNBC Awaz, in fact, Yatin had broken the story last evening, and of course that has been confirmed. And aside of that, Yatin, a lot of movers and shakers in the mid-cap end of the markets. Take us through some of them.
So, the advance decline ratio of the markets is 10:8, simply because the mid-cap end of the market is in the green. If you look at stock-specific movers, Indiabulls Real Estate, that stock is up 10%. Deepak Nitrite, after announcing a 5,000 crore capex that they will be doing in, Dahej and other parts of Gujarat, that stock is up 8.5% because this capex was much awaited in terms of the announcement. Metro Brands, after the results, is up 7%, and Engineers India as well as Dixon Technology is also doing well in trade. In fact, Dixon posed the numbers. The numbers were not that great. There was some margin expansion, but the commentary really with respect to adding two customers is where the market was excited, and hence the stock is the top F&O gainer in trade today. Polyplex, the promoters have decided to sell nearly 24.5% stake to a Dubai-based investment company.
This was a money control exclusive which has come true, and my colleague Ashwin Mohan had broken the story earlier.
That stock is down 6%, however, post the announcement. Adani Group stocks are witnessing some profit taking after the run up. And if you look at the two stocks which are moving in trade, first NBCC ahead of results. Next week the stock is moving. But Suzlon, after winning orders almost every day, they are announcing orders. Today also they announced a big order from Torrent Group, and post that the stock is up 6.5%.
Right, Biocon is another counter that was up 8% at one point. It has come off days highs, but good set of numbers, 30% jump in profits. In fact, it's the biosimilars business that has driven earnings for the company. So that stock was doing okay-ish after gaining 8% initially. But the Bikaji Foods also up 2.5% or thereabouts on the back of a 57% growth in profits on a YOY basis. Nykaa is slipping ahead of its earnings today. Street is divided about whether the company will be reporting a profit or a loss, but it is expected that the beauty and personal care segment will drive earnings for Nykaa this time around. I think with Nykaa, most of the new age companies would have announced their earnings for the fourth quarter. But in the second half, of course, we'll be watching out for whether or not the Nifty manages to stage a rebound. To opening levels, in fact to levels of 18,400 and not. And later tonight we will have the FOMC minutes of the last meeting that will give us some clear picture as to what we can expect from the Fed's June policy. Even though some Fed members are still coming out and saying that interest rates could head northwards of 6% even in a bid to check inflation. So that FOMC minutes is something we will be in fact watching out for. But aside of that, I think we've covered all the stocks that are moving and shaking in today's session, even though the markets are a little muted at this
Yeah.
juncture. But so with that, it's a wrap from me and Yatin. Thanks a lot for watching. But tune in at 3:30 p.m. and catch all the action post market close on Money Control. Thanks a lot for watching.